I grew up watching my grandfather pray through the night. I didn't understand faith. I thought it was just something old people did, or perhaps a sign of madness. I knew nothing of Christianity, only that my grandfather clung to it. One morning, 6 men stormed into our home. I thought they were looking for weapons, but they were searching for a book, a Bible. They couldn't find it, so they arrested my father instead. When my father returned 6 months later, he was so thin I barely recognized him. He told us he had shared a cell with 150 Christians. Half denied their faith and were released. The rest, he believed they never came out. Because of my grandfather's faith, we were banished to a remote region near Pegtu Mountain. Overnight, our status collapsed. We were watched, rejected, and there was no hope. After I married, I saw my mother-in-law sitting awake at night just like my grandfather. I still didn't understand what prayer meant. Faith was a mystery, one I had no desire to solve. In 1997, we attempted to escape. We were caught and imprisoned. During that famine, people died all around us, including the young mother who fled with us, and my husband. I learned of his death through a dream. When I was released, I could not walk or speak. Many believed I would soon die, but God preserved me. After 1 year and 3 months, I recovered, and a way of escape opened once again. In 1999, we crossed the river and escaped. My elder son had already fled earlier. We were reunited in China, but for their safety, I had to stay far away from my children. My faith began in fear, not understanding. My prayers were simple. Please don't let us be caught. Keep my children alive. One day I felt a hand, Christ pulling me towards him. I have never forgotten that moment. Both my sons were caught at different times. Both should have been sent back to North Korea, but miracles happened. One was released and even given travel money. The other escaped by jumping from a window. God was protecting us. For years we moved from town to town, guided by believers. Every checkpoint, every border crossing, we lived in fear. Once during an inspection, an argument broke out, and the officer left before reaching us. Another miracle. Eventually we reached Thailand, then South Korea. It felt like a dream, a new beginning, one I never imagined. I lived with a kind believer who welcomed 30 to 40 defectors every month. I cooked their meals. Serving others brought me joy. Through her example, I learned what God's love looks like. In South Korea, life became easy, too easy. I drifted. I became a Sunday Christian. But when I joined VOM's underground university, everything changed. Scripture came alive. My faith awakened. I heard testimonies from believers around the world who suffered far more than I ever had. I realized I was not someone to be pitied. I was someone called to serve. I met a North Korean laborer in Russia. We served him food. He whispered, "It's been 10 years since I've seen this." As I watched him eat, I saw myself, who I was 10 years before. My heart broke, and something else awakened. I didn't seek to become a missionary, but through that moment, through that man, God called me. I couldn't run. I couldn't say no. Through scripture, I realized this world is not the end. There is a place eternal, a place worth living for, a place worth suffering for. The kingdom of heaven became my hope. I don't know where God will lead me next, but I am ready. My purpose is simple, to share the God who has carried me this far with the people of my homeland and with all those around me.